Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shifa Soraya Zafarina and you can call me Shifa 2070100014. Today I will explain about tolerance and pardon. Number 1. What are the definitions of tolerance? Indeed, we see you in foolishness, and surely we deem you of the liars. He said, "Oh my people, there is no foolishness in me, but I am a messenger from the Lord of the worlds. I convey you to the message of my Lord, and am for you a true advisor." Araf 66 until 68. The abusing and the curses of the nation of Hud did not provoke him, because there is a lot of difference between the two groups. So the first definition of tolerance is the quality of being able to see who are the people that someone is facing and not get provoked if there are curses and abuse. The Holy Prophet sometimes used to get angry, but he never crossed the limits of decency and the stage of pardon and forgiveness. How bright is this aspect of his character that he never took revenge for his own person, but he never hesitated in taking revenge from the man who violated the sanctity of Allah's laws. The second definition of tolerance is to have patience when angry. Must always treat other people well, except for to those who violated Allah's laws. Number 2. What should you do when flames of anger come to you? Hazrat Umar was enraged because that Arab had come really to provoke him. The idea of punishing him came to his mind because he has not gone there with the intention of giving right advice of reform. The only purpose of his going there was to rebuke the Amirul Mu'minin and to receive rich gifts without working for them. But when he was told that the man was uneducated, he controlled his anger and allowed him to go free. It is written in a hadith, "He who controls his anger too, he had the power to act on it. Allah will call him of all on the day of judgment and will give him the authority to select whatever hour he likes." Abu Daud. Number 3. Who is a strong man according to the hadiths narrated by Muslim? There are many evils of anger, and their results are more devastating. It is therefore said that to keep the self in control at the time of anger is the proof of the praiseworthy power of control and the noble strength of toleration. Ibn Masud has narrated that Allah's messenger had asked, "Whom do you call a sando?" People replied, "One who is not knocked down by anybody is called a sando among us." He said, "No, sando is one who controls himself in his anger." Muslim. Number 4. What should you do when someone rebukes and curses you? Islam has declared cursing and abusing, exchange of vulgar and obscene words and acts as haram, forbidden. Many cases occur in which people's honor is attacked and a series of exchange of accusations and fault-finding ensues. The reputation of the relatives and the female folk of the household is damaged, and attempts are made to rake up the dust of centuries. There is only one cause of all this dirty sinning, and that is man is overcome by anger and he washes his hands of all decency and good manners. The entire responsibility for committing this low and mean type of sin goes to the head of the man who first put the spark to the combustible material. It is written in a hadith, "The entire sin for mutual abusing and cursing will be on the man who first started it, except when the oppressed crosses the limit." Muslim. There is only one way of there is only one way of escaping these intense passions, and that is that tolerance and forbearance may be allowed to have an upper hand over anger and rage, and pardon and forgiveness may be allowed to rule over the vision of taking revenge. There is no doubt that when a man's own personality or that of his relative or friends is attacked, and when he is made to suffer, and he has the means and resources for taking revenge, then he wants to avenge himself immediately and does not rest till he satisfies his passion to revenge. Number 5. Explain the following hadiths. When a man curses somebody, then the curse rises up to the sky, but finds the gates of the sky shut. Then it turns to the earth. Here also the gates are found shut. Therefore it wanders to the right and to the left. And if it does not find a proper place, it goes to the man who was cursed. If he deserved it, well and good. Otherwise, it returns to the man who cursed. Abu Dawud. Hazrat Abu Bakr, to atone for his error, freed his slave and went to the Prophet for apologizing and said that he would not do such a thing again. The reason for this is that rebuking and reproaching is such an evil as is more expressive of one's blind rage than the idea of punishing others. It is not at all proper to insult others by yelling at them. Number 6. Elaborate an excellent example of tolerance exemplified by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr regarding hadiths ifki, the false accusation on Siti Aisyah. In this tragic event of false accusation was also involved a near relative of Hazrat Abu Bakr, who has living on his help. This man did not hesitate to falsely accuse the pure and chaste lady, whose father was giving him help and was sustaining him. He forgot the right of Islam and did not care for the relationship and tore to pieces the old custom. Hazrat Abu Bakr was deeply stirred, and he swore that he would not give anything to this near relative of his and would not show any kindness to him as in the past. Thereupon the following comment from Allah was revealed. Let not those among you who are endued with grace and amplitude of means resolve by oath against helping their kinsmen, those in want, and those who have left their homes in Allah's cause. Let them forgive and overlook. Do you not wish that Allah should forgive you? For Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful. Nur 22. Accordingly, Abu Bakr restarted helping his relative, saying, I like that Allah may pardon me. So that's all for today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.